In this fast-paced world, it's easy to fall into the trap of feeling like we need to fix everything, to take control of every aspect of our lives. We're bombarded with messages telling us that we should have it all figured out, that we should be the masters of our own destiny. But sometimes, the most powerful thing we can do is to let go and let God be in control. You see, there's a divine power at work in our lives, a force greater than any human strength or wisdom. It's the power of God's love, and it's waiting for us to tap into it. All we have to do is release our grip on the reins and allow God to guide us on our journey. But take a moment to consider the lilies of the field. They don't toil or spin, yet they're clothed in splendor and beauty. They don't worry about what tomorrow will bring, because they trust in the Creator who provides for their every need. And if God cares so deeply for the flowers of the field, how much more does He care for each and every one of us? When we try to fix everything ourselves, we're essentially telling God that we don't trust Him to handle our lives. We're saying that we think our own understanding is greater than His, that we can do a better job of navigating the twists and turns of life. But the truth is, we're not equipped to handle everything on our own. We need the guidance, wisdom, and strength that only God can provide. So, how do we let go and let God be in control? It starts with surrendering our hearts to Him, acknowledging that we're not in control and that we need His help. It's about releasing our fears, our anxieties, and our insecurities, and trusting that God will lead us through the storms of life. As we begin to trust in God's plan for our lives, we'll find that we can approach our challenges with a newfound sense of peace and confidence. Instead of being weighed down by worry and fear, we'll be able to face our battles with faith, knowing that God is fighting for us and with us. We must also learn to seek God's will in everything we do. Instead of relying on our own understanding, we should turn to Him in prayer, asking for His guidance and direction. By submitting our plans and desires to Him, we allow God to mold and shape our lives according to His divine purpose. As we let go and let God be in control, we'll find that our burdens become lighter, our steps become steadier, and our hearts become more at peace. We'll begin to see the beauty in the journey, even when the road ahead is filled with twists and turns. And as we walk hand in hand with our Creator, we'll discover the true meaning of faith, trust, and surrender. It's important to remember that letting go doesn't mean we stop taking responsibility for our lives, or that we stop striving for excellence. It simply means that we recognize the limits of our own strength and wisdom and turn to the one who is all-powerful and all-knowing. It means that we trust God to guide us, to sustain us, and to lead us into a life of abundance and blessings. So as you face the challenges of life, remember that you don't have to fix everything yourself. You don't have to have all the answers or all the strength. Instead, let go and let God be in control, trusting in His infinite wisdom and boundless love to carry you through even the most difficult of times. As you embrace the journey of letting go and letting God, it's essential to cultivate a deep and meaningful relationship with Him. The more time you spend in prayer, meditation, and studying His Word, the more you'll come to understand His character, His love, and His plans for your life. And the more you understand, the easier it will be to trust Him and let Him be in control. When you find yourself struggling to let go, remind yourself of the countless examples of God's faithfulness throughout history. Think about the story of Moses, who led the Israelites out of bondage in Egypt. Though he faced obstacles and opposition, Moses trusted in God's guidance and power, and God delivered His people to the promised land. Or consider the story of David, who faced the giant Goliath with nothing more than a slingshot and faith in God's protection. Time and time again, we see examples of ordinary people accomplishing extraordinary things when they let go and let God be in control. As you learn to let go, don't be afraid to ask for help from your fellow believers. Reach out to your community of faith and share your struggles, your fears, and your dreams. Let the wisdom and support of others guide you as you navigate the process of surrendering your life to God's loving hands. Remember that you are not alone in this journey. You are surrounded by a cloud of witnesses who have walked this path before you and are ready to lift you up in prayer and encouragement. One of the most powerful ways to let go and let God be in control is through worship. When we lift our voices in praise and adoration, we're acknowledging that God is greater than our problems, that He is more powerful than our fears, and that His love is stronger than any challenge we may face. As we focus on the greatness of our God, our worries and anxieties begin to fade, and we find the strength to let go and trust in His plan for our lives. As you begin to experience the freedom that comes from letting go and letting God, don't forget to share your testimony with others. Your story of surrender and trust can serve as a beacon of hope for those who are still struggling to let go of the reins. By sharing your journey, you can encourage others to step out in faith and experience the blessings that come from walking hand in hand with their Creator. In conclusion, remember that letting go and letting God be in control is not a sign of weakness or failure. Instead, it's a powerful testament to your faith and trust in the one who holds the universe in His hands. It's a declaration that you believe in a God who is bigger than your problems, stronger than your fears, and more loving than you can ever imagine. So, embrace the journey. Let go of the need to fix everything and let God be in control. In doing so, you'll discover a life of peace, joy, and blessings beyond measure.